airtime, your normal airtime, or the MTN Momo platform. So we have a tag or a slogan that we use for the MTN Pulse, and I would want us to all give it that push. So if I say MTN Pulse, you just respond, just be. MTN Pulse. MTN Pulse. Okay, so on this note, I would want to see the one with the fastest finger. So kindly pick your phones, and let's see. Do you have your phones? I understand the yams are faster than the smartphones. So if you have a yam, you may want to switch your SIM card. Okay, let's go. 37 32 00 64 32 85 80. Who has it? Should I take it again? If you have it, just raise your hand. All right, we have the winner there. Okay, let's do it again. The next one, 66 33 26 07 82 64 78. Who got that one too? Okay, the gentleman in the corner. We have 3 more. So get ready. Let's go. 84 61 44 27 65 47 92. Can I see by hand the winner? You again. Gentlemen, you are disqualified. All right. You got it? All right. Then we have the last one. Sure. We did for you, Reverend Okra. The last one, 46 65 12 23 72 48 52. Who got that one too? Oh. Okay, better luck next time. We have the winner here. MTN. MTN. Just subscribe to the MTN Pulse and just be. Thank you very much.
All right, how many want to see David again? David, they want to see you again. So after the next presentation, I'll call you to come and warm the place a bit with some airtime. All right, just to remind you that in addition to what you just won, which was like warming up the system, there will be 2 big wow moments from MTN. The semi-final winner will win the following items. Let me just read them for you, just so you know how big this is. As for MTN, everything is digital, so let me read it from my phone. So the first, all right. So the semi-final winner will win a brand new Huawei smartphone with 16 gig storage, 13 megapixels camera, 5.5 inch screen, and will win MTN Pulse t-shirts, hoodies, hats, water bottles, and more. And that's just the semi-final winner. Now, the overall final winner will win all this, and additionally, from Eric and his team, and from Eric's boss, who will be here with us in the next few minutes, 500 Ghana cedis worth of airtime on top of the brand new phone. Who wants it? I'm not feeling you. This is not Cape Coast. Cape Coast is the headquarters of Springboard in Ghana. Who wants it? All right, so that's right after this, and so get ready for that one. Let me remind you that after the 3 presentations, there will be a colloquium, and the colloquium is to allow you to ask questions about finance, about property, and about career. So while the main speakers are presenting, note down your questions. They like difficult questions. So note down your questions, and then after that, I'll bring all of them on the stage and ask them your questions. Even the questions are asked digitally. You don't ask them verbally. You type in your questions and send them ahead. So you can actually start sending the questions right when they are talking if you think you will forget. And to send the question, the hotline to send the question to is 024 9999555 024 quadruple 9555. And when you send it, just write your first name and then also the city that you are in, because take note that people will be asking questions from all over the world. So somebody in Italy listening can actually send a question and say, my name is Albert from Milan, and I want to find out these principles of property acquisition, can they be applied across the world, and can they be applied by all ages? And I tell you something, Mr. Joe Ampofo will be happy to answer the question if it applies to finance. Mr. Cecil Abe will answer if it applies to property, and Comfort Okan will answer if it applies to career. So note this protocol for asking questions: your first name, the city, your first name, and then your question or your comment. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to learn? All right, the theme for Springboard this year is preparing for the future, and each one of you has a workbook for the next decade. The workbook, I'll take a couple of minutes to walk you through the workbook, after which I will then introduce our first speaker. So let me start with your workbook. Open your workbook. What's his name? Andrew started filling his workbook already, so I will not tell you his answers. But the workbook is preparing for the future, 2020 to 2030 official workbook of Springboard 2020. It covers three areas: career, finance, and property. And these are the three areas that our speakers will be covering today. When you go to the second page, it asks you for your name and your greatest achievements in life so far. That's very important. What have you done that you look back at and you are feeling very proud that you have accomplished something? And then what do you want to be by the year 2030? That is even more important because it sets the framework for everything that you will hear today, where you are trying to go, and of course, what you can do to get there. Now, the career plan is on page 2. And so it covers things like, what is your professional dream for the next decade? Look at what course you are undertaking, look at the plans that you have, and show us where you want to be professionally by the end of the next or this decade. And then very importantly, what is unique about you? What gives you an advantage over the competition around you? What are your talents, your skills, your passion? What would you call your professional assets academically? Research you've done, projects you've undertaken? And then also, what are your limitations or liabilities? Somebody says, I cannot speak in public, and that is something I would like to address. In one of the places we went to, somebody said, I get intimidated when I meet accomplished people, and so I freeze. That is something you want to work on. And then it gives you step 1, step 2, and step 3 for moving your career forward. We would like to encourage you to take time all through this weekend while you are here listening to the speakers, and when you get home, to work your way through this workbook, because it will make a difference in your life. And then on the next page, it goes to your career enablers. What will you need? Who will you need? What opportunities will you need? What are the threats that are confronting you? What are the pitfalls? What are the habits or routines you must acquire? And I'm very definite that when Mrs. Okran comes, she will give you a better insight into that one. Your personal finance plan, which Mr. Ambofo will speak to, will first assess where you are financially right now. Do you have money? Do you earn an income, or you are living off pocket money? Do you have a savings? What do you spend your money on? Do you invest? I found out that several people who become accomplished acquire the investment and savings habit right from secondary school, and that is very, very key. So how much do you save a month, even if you receive pocket money? Do you pay tithe? Do you understand it? What are the potential income streams you can activate? And then it gives you one more time 3-step financial plan. And then the enablers and the strategy for your finances. What changes must you make? Who will you need? and what extra income sources you must possibly explore. And very importantly, what habits and routines you must acquire or break. Some habits definitely will not help you and you must break them. The final one is property acquisition plan. What are your current assets? Do you have any assets? What are your opportunities that you can explore? And what are the threats that will stand in the way of your acquiring property? And you have a chance to put out a 3-step plan to acquire your property in the next decade. I'm looking at somebody's plan and I'm very impressed. And may the Lord help you to achieve it in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Thank you for lending me your plan. I'm going back to mine when I take my seat. All right. Are you ready for the first presentation? All right. Bringing us the presentation on finance is Mr. Joseph Ampofu, the Managing Director of Enterprise Trustees. He has over 22 years experience as a strategic leader. He's been with Enterprise Group since 1998, having joined the company as a national service person, and since then, rising through the ranks from various subsidiaries to become the MD of Enterprise Trustees Limited, the pensions subsidiary of the group. With a strong dedication to customer service, Joseph has led the Enterprise Trustees team to become the leading corporate trustee in Ghana, providing retirement planning solutions to thousands of Ghanaians who work in the various spheres, both private and public sectors across the country. He's a fellow of the Africa Leadership Initiative, West Africa, and the Aspen Global Leaders Network. He loves sports and he plays golf. Ladies and gentlemen, for the next 20 minutes, finding out how to develop our personal finance plan, let's, with a round of applause, welcome Mr. Joseph Ampofu. Let's put our hands together as he comes.
Hello. I can't feel the energy in the room. Is it because you are broke? You should not be broke in any way. So, Albert and Comfort asked me to speak about finance. And I said, well, the last time I was in this campus, I was part of the greatest hall in Ghana. I'm sure you know that hall. Pardon? Pardon? No. Commonwealth Hall. I'm a vandal. And we came to have some games here. And I remember we had to stay an extra night. And the question that some of us had was, hey, we had chopped all our money. We're broke. So how do we survive for the following day? But as students, we found our way. We patched with a few of our Casford friends who fed us. And then the following day, we got onto a bus and left. But ladies and gentlemen, or my fellow colleagues, finance is, for me, the bedrock of everything that we are. We cannot do anything without having that financial backbone. So let me ask this question, and I want some answers from you. What is the next episode in your life? Take 30 seconds and think about it. What is the next episode in your life? I'm going to ask you a few questions and you're going to tell me. Do I have some mics down there? Is there any pause? Because I would want from each section maybe 1 or 2 people just to tell me exactly what they've thought about. Okay, so from the last row, I can see, if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th row, there's a lady with your hair plaited, you're looking directly at me. What did you think about as your next episode? No, come this way. In the middle. Yeah. Just go up the stairs. 1, 2, stop. Tell me, yes, it's her. That's how my life is. I like to be participatory. So tell me, what is the next episode in your life?
Thank you very much. The next episode of my life would be about me after school getting work to do.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Give her a round of applause. She's done well. The next column, there's a gentleman in a cap by the camera. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
The next episode of my life is after my tertiary level. I would like to be one of the successful personalities in Ghana.
Okay. Successful personalities. Okay. This particular section, this, yes, the one just next to you in the white. The lady, there's a lady in white. Yes. The next episode in your life, what are you thinking about?
I'm thinking of starting something on my own.
Yes. Fantastic. Let's go. Next, the last section. And you choose somebody this time. I won't choose for you. So hand the mic to somebody who you feel can tell us what their next episode is.
All right. My next episode is after school, being my own entrepreneur.
Being your own entrepreneur. Great. So I was not too far off when I was putting my slides together in trying to think about what your next episode is. Because I came up with thoughts which hindered around you having to have finished and gotten your degrees. Next slide, please. You having to have finished and gotten your degrees. You've made it. The next slide. Then I also thought about the fact that, yes, you would have found a good job, some of you. Some of you would also have started your own business. And some would even pursue further education, right? Interestingly, I didn't hear someone say they'll buy a car, but I'm sure all of you probably might have will buy a car. Some would, I don't know which is first. Is it the home, travel, or marriage first? Which one is it? I wasn't too sure when I was putting this one together. I didn't know which one came first. Is it the home, the travel, and then the marriage, or the marriage, the home, and then the travel? So quite clearly, I was not too far off. I think I've done pretty well. Next slide. Now, for you to be able to achieve these things, it cannot be a dream. It has to be by action. And it has to be deliberate. And the point is, how many of you subscribe to *175# where you get little nuggets of wisdom every single day from Springboard? How many? Funny enough, nobody has. But Springboard, Tuesday, somewhere in November 2019, there was a golden nugget that said, the law of accumulation, spiritual, financial, fitness, or educational progress often results from systematic gathering rather than instant grabbing. So all the things you've thought about, Albert and Comfort have been giving you nuggets of wisdom, but you guys don't sign up. I'm a very religious person regarding those nuggets that I receive, and it helps me in times like this. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to be able to commit And it's an action you need to do. Next. You need to have financial goals. Everything you want to achieve in life, and as we've seen, I wasn't too sure whether you're thinking about the marriage first, or you're thinking about the car first, or you're thinking about the house or the travel. But it will cost you something to be able to build it up. So the question is that, what do you need to do today? Albert said something that there's a rule which says savings habits always begin from very small, secondary school, sometimes even in certain developed entities as little as kindergarten or primary school. But let's say we want to start from university. We need to be able to say, now that I have envisaged where I want to be, and put that vision in. And even that, let me give you an example. Albert, you had this vision of Springboard way back in 2007. Today is 2020, and we are running Springboard. Had he just thought about it and decided, let me put it together, without committing to what he had to do, I don't think today, 2020, which is 13 years down the line, Springboard would be there. So the issue of the discipline of commitment is important. Next. So when do I save? Today. Now. February 14th came and went, right? How many of us spent on Valentine's Day? Oh, be truthful. Okay. How many of us received something on Valentine's Day? So all of you were gnashing. So the same way you plan to buy something for someone on Valentine's Day, it's the same way I want you to think about those next episodes that you saw, which was the vision that you had. But how did you finance your Valentine's Day parcels? I don't want to ask, because I know some of you might not tell me here. But you need to start saving now, and there's a reason why. Next. So there are two individuals. Take a look at the screens. So there's Equia and there's Fifi. Equia is 24 years old and Fifi is 33 years old. How many of us here